So one of the issues that we have when you're diagnosed with a rare cancer is the fact that who do you go to for support? Who do you go to for to understand whether that we are getting the right diagnosis, whether we're getting the right treatment, all of that stuff. So as I alluded to earlier, one of the issues that I had was here I was being told that they were going to remove half my palate and a third of my jaw, but who do I actually go to see if that's the right type of treatment for me? So I went to the more common support groups, the more common cancer support groups, and again I keep alluding to it, but I was that round square peg in a round hole. I didn't fit the narrative for all of those guys. So what I found was that instead of actually feeling supported, feeling like I was making the right decisions, I actually started losing more and more hope, because I felt like I was being a guinea pig, because I didn't get to meet, I didn't get to speak to people who were also diagnosed with these particular rare cancers. And so one of the things that I decided that once I got through my initial journey was that if anyone was going to be diagnosed with a rare cancer and make a difference, then it was obviously I was the one that the universe selected. So I made a point of starting a charity that would actually supply that support to people when they were going through their initial journey, but also long term, to help them find other people who are also diagnosed with those particular rare cancers. And even if we couldn't find someone, so in some cases, some rare cancers have literally got 2 people a year. We found a rare cancer that's so rare that only 1 person every 3 years is diagnosed with it. So the chances of them finding someone with a particular rare cancer that is theirs may be very minute, but at least they can talk to people with other rare cancers to understand that journey. So we started without a ribbon with an amazing group of my friends, and we have since been able to help so many people. The support is love and hugs. Unfortunately, we're not in position for financial support, but it's very much about the love and hugs and making sure that people's mental health is actually the priority. Because with mental health, even if there is nothing available as far as treatments and things for you, at least with mental health, that is, gets you through. So with the love and hugs, one of the things that we have done is we have actually worked with Griffith University, and we take some of their students who are studying in the medical fields, and we put together what we call portals. So those portals make them look like it's actually their own website. So when they go into that portal, what will happen is it will tell them about what type of cancer they have, the other names that will be called for, what is common treatments that are available for it. We may even find doctors in Australia who have actually dealt with that particular cancer, so they can go there and actually see them or maybe get a second opinion. We also then look on top of that to provide them with other outlets that might actually assist them. So it might be other charities who can help them with financial assistance. It might be other charities that can help them with their kids, you name it. We also try to find apps that might help them. So it sounds silly, but one of the apps that we have on there is the app that tells us every public toilet that's available in Australia. Best app ever, and actually helps a lot of rare cancer warriors. We also then, on top of all of that, we actually will look for any trials that might be available for them, so that they can put their hand up to actually help with the trials. And then of course we have our online support as well. So they then go to the online support and they get admitted into the group, and then they can ask as many questions as they want and hopefully get the support that they need. And then once a year we try to put together their annual conference where they can actually come together, meet other people within their community, and actually give them the love and hugs in real life. If you've just been diagnosed with a rare cancer, I urge you to reach out to the Without a Ribbon All Rare Cancers group. From there, you'll answer a couple of very simple questions so we can find out a little bit about you and about your particular rare cancer, and then from that we will then admit you into the group, and from there your support journey begins. If you're a family member and the person that has been diagnosed isn't up to yet reaching out in that way, you're more than welcome to also join us, and you can submit on behalf of that person, and we'll also admit you into the group. Once that person's actually able to go into the group themselves, then you'll be removed. But in the meantime, at least it means that your family can actually ask better questions and hopefully help make better decisions for the person that you're supporting. Most people ask us how we can keep going and how we keep the charity running. The fact of the matter is we actually rely on the generosity of the general public. Unfortunately, in most cases, those donations come from the warriors themselves and their family, which, that's not what we want. We should be supporting them. Because we're a small charity and because we don't get the same airplay as the more common cancers, we might not be as sexy, but we need people to support us. So if it's something that you're thinking about, especially for your small business, you're rare just like us, then maybe, what you can do is reach out to us and make a monthly donation to us. Maybe if you're having a fundraiser at work and you get to nominate a particular rare cancer, how fantastic would it be to actually nominate us? Or even better still, reach out to us, and we now have a brand new program called Bear for Rare, where we can actually assist you to run your fundraising birthday, where you can go barefoot bowling with your family and friends and raise money for us. So please reach out. We need to be able to keep going to help these guys. We really do run on a shoestring, and every single person that works Without a Ribbon are volunteers. Most of my volunteers, including my board members, actually reach into their own pockets to do these things. This video is being done by one of our board members taking the time out of his day and actually earning money at his business just to help out to get this done so that we can get out to you guys. So please understand, we need you, we need your help, we need to be the sexy fundraiser that maybe, isn't as pink or as blue, but you know what, black and white looks good on everyone. So reach out to us and we'd love to have you on board. The biggest thing about our annual conference is that it's the one time that many of these people will actually meet others with a rare cancer. Now, when I gave you those numbers before about my own personal journey, imagine that being, for the first time you get to meet someone, and to understand that, you're not alone. In my particular case, I've been able to give advice to so many people going through my journey. And when I say so many, it's not that many, but it's a lot for us. And to give them better advice about what they should be asking for as far as treatment, etc. But the biggest thing is that emotional support of someone who understands. Because even though you might have a partner or family members who are definitely there to help you and to be part of what your journey is, they don't understand what's going on in your mind, and many times you're keeping that to yourself. So for the first time to be able to sit in front of someone who completely gets it is the most valuable thing in the world. We also have a lot of body parts removed. It's amazing how many times we have stories of eyeballs falling down escalators, and jaws suddenly collapsing in the middle of dinners. But only people with rare cancer will understand how funny that is. It gives us a chance to actually have a laugh at ourselves and to understand that in most cases, because we don't have a lot of hope, that humour Humour is what gets us through. So understanding, especially when you're a first-time warrior, that it's okay to laugh at yourself and laugh at those around you, that's invaluable. We also have an annual Best Use of the Cancer card for where we hear stories from around our warriors and what they did to get out of a particular situation by using their cancer card. And I've yet to win it yet, but I'm working on it. So one of the biggest things that we find is that people will say to me, but you look fine, what's wrong with you? The fact of the matter is I've actually had 70, that's a 70 operations over the last 14 years. Obviously we started with the removal of half the palate and a third of the jaw, and it's continued on since then. While I say operations/procedures. Some of them are considered procedures, but if I've been under anaesthetic, that adds to the tally. Now, what's happened during that time? Well, a majority of the surgeries have been result of the treatment that I've been given. And why? Because I've got rare cancer. They're doing treatment that they hope is going to help me, that they hope is going to get me through. But we're all still kind of a bit of guinea pigs here. And so when they do that, and then someone like myself lives longer than they expected, then of course I have to deal with the repercussions of the treatment that was given. In my case, it was actually the fact that my jaw started crumbling within what was left, and it was actually coming out in bits and pieces through my gums and through my jaw, and of course then causing massive infections, which then would mean I'd end up in hospital on IV antibiotics to get rid of it. I was also on ridiculous pain meds, ones that most people wouldn't be able to operate on, just to get through the pain of actually having a full-time broken jaw. That was until 14 months ago, where I can excitedly tell you that they removed the rest of the jaw, the rest of the palate, and actually took bone from my leg and chopped it in 3 pieces and created an actual jaw. From that, they've hinged it off my cheekbones. So many little procedures and operations along the way. That one was a big 13-hour one again. But since then, in the last 14 months, many little operations along the way. And now, as you can see, I look very, very much normal, and I am 6 days out from getting my new jaw. I still have a bit of a lisp, as you can hear, and unfortunately will never get rid of that. But my upper jaw and my teeth are all mine. It's actually a prosthesis, so it creates a hard palate for me as well, so I don't have to worry about anything going through the soft tissue that's been replaced there, because unlike you guys, I don't have a hard palate, so if something pierced that skin, I'd be in all sorts of trouble. But I am feeling amazing. I am so happy to be where I am, and I just give others the chance to say, don't ever give up. While ever your doctors are actually offering you treatment options or telling you that they can do something, there's still hope. 14 years later, I'm still here, there's still hope.